are the Greyjoys. Easily the house in the best position to win the game. I know that, Tom knows that, you know that. So what's the point in this video? Details, man, or woman or other. Details. So with that in mind, how could the Greyjoys have won the Game of Thrones? Before we start, be sure to check out our Stark and Lannister vid to see how they could have won in a fairy tale unicorn land where the Greyjoys don't exist. Now let's start by establishing the Greyjoys' objectives. Their goal is domination of the entire known world, since they are the only house with the ambition and strength to achieve this. Now to their advantages and disadvantages. So the Greyjoys start off comfortably in the strongest position of all the houses by a country mile. They're an island nation, and as such are notoriously difficult to invade. Rule Britannia vibes, anyone? And have never successfully been invaded. The Greyjoy rebellions were actually a false flag operation designed to feign weakness in preparation for the actual invasion, and all part of the Greyjoy master plan, so I don't think it's really fair to count it. They have the strongest and most tactically astute leaders in Balon and Euron. What, Tom? No, not that overcompensating flute-blowing pimp.
I don't care how many arrows they feather me with, how many spears they run through me, I will kill that horn-blowing before I fall.
This Euron.
Perfection.
These two can easily outthink the likes of Robb, Stannis and Tywin, and Euron's magical ability to conjure whatever he needs at the specific moment can also be employed when strategy fails. They also have the best fleet advantage of all houses, easily able to build 1,000 ships in a matter of weeks using nothing but dead rocks and sheer Iron Islander grit. Bloody miracle workers, those Iron Islanders. They are also the most fertile nation, able to produce enough people to crew these 1,000 ships in the space of a couple of weeks, and also possess secret Kaminoan cloning labs for growth acceleration of these individuals. We don't need to go into depth about how skilled they are in battle. One only needs to look at Theon to see just how tough the Iron Islanders are. So that's the advantages. What about the disadvantages?
Alright.
And with that out of the way, let's get started. Number 1. Build better bridges. To get the world conquering underway, we need the combined strategic might of Euron and Balon, and we simply won't get that if Balon is unfairly blown off a poorly constructed bridge during a fierce storm. Unfortunately, without Euron there to magically save him, we need to address this one way in advance. Now it seems to be confirmed as canon that the bridges were built by mainland builders and contractors. How to fix this? Make sure those bridges are built by Iron Islanders and not shitty inferior craftsmen. This ensures that Balon and his infinite wisdom live to see the Greyjoy plan through to fruition, and he and his long-lost brother can have some long overdue bonding time leading to a united front. Number 2. Keep Euron consistent with his show-only appearance. Book Euron is a try-hard edgelord who thinks blowing a phallic-shaped object will help him control dragons. Needless to say, he is clearly the lesser iteration. Show Euron doesn't need dick-shaped horns to get those dragons down, he can do it solo with the help of the Iron Islander invented Scorpion. And before you jump in and say it, no, Qyburn wasn't the one who invented the Scorpion. It actually turns out the Iron Islanders forgot to patent this particular piece of tech, and so the filthy mainlands copied them. Ever notice how Euron is the only one who could operate the device in a way that kills dragons? That's because the Iron Islanders are the only ones who understand the tech. Because, duh, they invented it. Keeping it to show only Euron ensures his soloing a dragon awesomeness stays consistent, allowing for a smooth, clean victory. Number 3. Make more use of teleportation and cloaking technology. The Greyjoys are the only ones in the Game of Thrones universe with the power of teleportation and cloaking technology, able to move their fleet exactly where it needs to be while also keeping it hidden from view, even out in the open. This came in handy for dealing with Dany's dragons, but it was used far too sparingly. Leveraging this technology more, and perhaps extending it to their troops as well as their ships, will allow them to attack all the other rock-scratching cavemen factions out of nowhere, and ensure total victory at sea and on the battlefield. Number 4. Give Theon more authority when invading the north. Look, I don't want to be called a raging sexist here, but let's be honest, Yara/Asha is absolutely incompetent as a leader. Her plan fell to shambles, and she abandoned Theon, who was heroically holding off the combined might of the entire north at Winterfell, with only 8 comrades under his command. The fact he held out at all shows just how damn talented he is at commanding and battle, and were it not for mainland treachery, he probably would have held on until reinforcements arrived like a Westerosi Leonidas of Sparta. If Theon had been given the troops instead of being wastefully squandered on Yara/Asha, the Greyjoys would have conquered every keep in the north, from Moat Cailin all the way up to Last Half, and then would have systematically taken the south. Number 5. Send a competent agent with Tyrion when he goes to secure Dany's dragons for the Ironborn. Now, it might seem on the surface that Tyrion and Theon have no love for each other. You might even say they despise one another. And if you think that, you're just one more sucker who can't see their brilliant deception.
Believe me, no one is more shocked than I am.
You see, Tyrion was one of the only people deemed smart enough to work as an agent for the Greyjoys. Ever wondered why Tywin despised his dwarf son? Yes, that's right. The Greyjoys once remarked that Tyrion was smarter than his father, and Tywin got all butthurt over it. Now, I know what you're saying to yourself. What rubbish! Tyrion was for the Lannisters. But notice that Tyrion suddenly loses his intelligence and tactical skill when he's shipped off to meet Dany. That's because he no longer has a Greyjoy advisor watching over him and advising him. Look here when arresting Ser Janos. There's the Iron Island advisor. And here when getting rid of Pycelle. Iron Island advisor. And here at the Blackwater. Advisor right there. But once he's with Dany, nowhere to be seen. The Greyjoys' great mistake was trusting Tyrion to work without supervision. How to solve this? Easy. Just send someone along with him to watch him and make sure he brings those dragons home and Dany pays the iron price. And that's it. Once the dragons are off the table, absolutely nothing can stop the Ironborn from conquering the known world. Even old Valyria with its rock zombies will be cleansed and claimed by the Ironborn, who are immune to all diseases. We're sorry this vid is a little shorter than the Stark one, but the fact of the matter is the Greyjoys are just in too strong of a position to fail. I know it didn't seem this way in the show thanks to D&D's questionable choices for the ending, but if you read the books, it's clear that this is where the story is going. And of course, if you're not watching this vid on the day it dropped, please check the date it was published. It might explain a few things.
Did you know?
Me? No. I had no prior warning, and I was surprised at his comments, but now I am obviously concerned and interested to hear more.
Okay.
Don't forget to like, sub, and let us know your thoughts. All disagreements with this assessment will of course be deleted for the falsehoods that they are, but do let us know your thoughts in the comments. We honestly appreciate it, and love interacting with anyone who isn't a that guy. Unable to see these videos as the bit of what if in a perfect world fun that they are. You know who you are. Thanks for watching, guys, and wait. Tom, I sense a great presence approaching. The one true king is on his way.